Hello there everybody, apologies for the state of my hair just before we begin. I'm embracing my Highland Cattle look and we have just got back off a 60-mile ride, so we're both feeling a bit tired and there's curry ingredients in there ready to make a curry after this. So Kyle said, Amy, stop waffling today, get on with it. But I'm already waffling. Sorry.
I'll make this snappy.
Anyway, this video is to basically let you know what I'm doing as my big challenge this year. I've been really excited to tell everyone, but I've had to wait until I had my finalised plan because it's taken a long time and a lot of logistics to put it all together, and I've still got a bit of planning to do if I'm totally honest. But basically, at the end of June through to the end of July, I am going to be riding every stage of the Men's Tour de France, including the transfers. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Pretty crazy.
I've been to the Tour de France for the past 2 years to watch it, and I'm like just so amazed by the atmosphere, and I'm a bit jealous of the riders that they get to ride so much. And then about, was it like a year or 2 years ago, we watched a documentary.
Last year, I think.
Was it last year?
I didn't watch it last year, yeah.
We watched a documentary of Lachlan Morton, who is an absolute beast of an endurance rider.
Our hero.
He's our hero, yeah. I did actually meet him in London at Ruler Live, and I was...
He was a bit starstruck.
A bit starstruck, yeah. Kyle had a photo with him. And he basically rode every stage of the Men's Tour de France on his own, including the transfers. So the transfers is the bit in between each stage. So when the pros finish, they get in their big, bus? Yeah. They get in their big bus and they get driven to the next stage.
To the hotel.
To the hotel and then the stage. I won't be getting in a bus, in a car or in a van. I'll be staying on my Velo. So my original plan was to do what Lachlan Morton did, which is he rode all the stages and the transfers in exactly the same time frame as the pros, so he didn't have any rest days and he rode all the transfers within the same time. But when they released the Tour route for 2025 and I saw the amount of transfers and the distance of them, I think there's about over 1,000k further than what Lachlan did. One of the transfers on its own is 540 kilometres. I had to be realistic, so I thought hell to the no. I'm not an ex-pro. I'm not like a, really great endurance cyclist. I've only been cycling 3.5 years. Well, I don't think I am, but...
You don't have enough faith.
Anyway, so I thought I've got to be realistic here. So what I'm going to do is give myself 2 rest days, because if the pros have rest days and they're not riding the transfers, I'll have rest days. Also, it's Kyle's 30th birthday while we're out there. So...
20th.
30th. So I'm going to have a rest day on his birthday and we're going to celebrate that. Well, if I can still celebrate, I might not be walking, I might just need a sports massage. So I'm giving myself 30 days. I'm going to be riding, starting off a week before the pros, and my aim is to finish a day before them on the Champs-Élysées, probably getting bobbled around by all the cobbles. And then when the pros finish, I will get to watch them finish, hopefully. So the reason why I'm doing this is, first of all, to prove that I can, to prove that a woman can ride as far, actually further than the men. And the main reason is because I want to raise money for a mental health charity. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know that back in 2021, I had an absolute complete breakdown. I can laugh about it now, but it was not funny at the time. I really just, things hit the floor and I wasn't well at all. And without the bike, I don't know where I'd be. Like, it literally did save my life, really. Along with counselling and, this fella here and all that. But I'm just so grateful to have found cycling, and I just want to share the message that even when life feels really bad and you don't want to be here, just keep going, because life can be happy again. So I want to raise money for mental health charity, help other people, raise awareness that life can get better again. And I'm just a weirdo that likes to challenge myself, and I thought, you only live once. I had the idea probably last year, after I saw Lachlan, a little kind of light bulb went in my head. And I was like, oh, I'd love to do that, but I never thought I could. And then I was riding home from Italy with you last year, and in my head I was like, maybe I can. And then I just thought, right, let's just go for it. Started having a look, and here we are, I'm doing it. So the plan is, originally we were going to have a camper van, weren't we?
Yeah.
And he was going to follow me in a camper van. Not follow me directly behind, but meet me at certain bits along the way. But it turns out that camper vans are massively expensive, and it's actually going to be cheaper to stay in a B&B every night, which
is crazy, really.
Yeah, and I'd rather have...
But it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, because I'd rather have the aircon and a nice bed at the end of the day. So we're going to go B&Bs every night, or camping, or just cheap accommodation. That's the thing I've got to sort. I've not booked accommodation yet, but I have sorted out where I'm going and when. So this could be subject to change, but basically the overall stats are 30 days, 30 days, yeah, 6,300 kilometres in the 30 days. That's about just under 4,000 miles. I will read you through the days. So day 1, 223 kilometres, day 2, 307 kilometres, day 3, 256 kilometres, day 4, 233 kilometres, day 5, 255 kilometres, day 6, 281 kilometres, day 7, 254 kilometres, day 8, 161 kilometres, day 9, 281 kilometres, day 10, 270 kilometres, day 11, 100 kilometres, day 12, 203 kilometres, day 13, rest day. A day of lying around, hopefully getting a sports massage. Day 14, 300k, back in with it. Day 15, 242k. Day 16, 252k. Day 17, 136k. Day 18, 243k. Day 19, 228. Day 20, 161. Day 21, Kyle's 30th birthday, rest day. We will actually be in Montpellier for your birthday. Apparently it's nice there. Day 22, 237k. That's when we go up Mont Ventoux, which I've never been up before, neither is Kyle, so you're going to ride up that with me, aren't you? Because Kyle is going to be supporting me. He's going to have a car or a van, we're not sure yet, and he's going to meet me like lunch and then ride a bit.
Basically, Amy wants me to be at her beck and call, but I will be doing some of my own riding too.
Yeah. Day 23, 210k. Day 24, 236k. Day 25, 185k. Day 26, 262k. Day 27, 168 kilometres. Then there's 3 days remaining. Day 28, 275k. Day 29, 186 kilometres. Hello, Chester. And the last day, Mantes-la-Ville to Paris, 130 kilometres, which is the final stage, stage 21. So each day, some of the days I'm doing like a full stage, and well, actually most of the days I'm doing like a full stage and then half of a transfer or a full transfer. The last transfer is 540k, so that's going to take me a couple of days. But yeah, that is the plan. Reading all of that out, I'm thinking I've got a lot of work to do to get there, but I always tell myself, in the words of Emily Chappell, I can't remember if it was Emily, yeah, it is Emily Chappell, where there's a will, there's a way. And I've got the will, and that's my way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Obviously, a challenge like this just costs a lot of money because I've had to agree with my real job, as I call it, in the NHS. I'm having a month of unpaid leave. Kyle's a self-employed bricklayer, so he's having... A builder, sorry. Same thing, really. I thought you were a bricklayer.
No, not really. A bit
yeah, but you specialise in the bricks.
Yeah.
So obviously he's not going to get paid for months, so we've got to cover our wages, we've got to cover petrol, accommodation. The amount of food I'm going to eat is a lot. There's loads of things we have to cover, so we're so grateful that we're very fortunate that I've reached out to a lot of brands and we have got sponsorship, of course, from Pinarello, our bike sponsor, so thank you to them. We've also got Ruvi, who have just been amazing. Like, they're such a lovely team. Ruvi is an online training platform. You can actually ride real life things, so I think Mont Ventoux on there, so I can give it a go.
I love Ruvi.
I can give it a go on the indoor. It's going to be good for like my interval sessions because it's dangerous doing, I always find it dangerous to do hard sessions and training sessions outside, so I'll be able to do them on the indoor trainer. Chamois butter, I'm going to need a hell of a load of that. I use that anyway, and they've offered to sponsor, so I'll be getting enough chamois butter. Basically, if you don't know what that is, you put it on your bum to stop your bib shorts from rubbing around. And finally, Met helmets. I've always used a Met helmet. When I was hit by a car, when I first started riding, I had a Met helmet on, so I've never used another brand.
Met helmet.
Yeah, because it saved. My head actually hit the windscreen of a car, and the helmet, saved me. So I've just stuck with Met now because I'm like, they're my lucky one. We have got a few more sponsors in the pipeline that we're just finalising. But if you are interested in sponsoring, I hate saying stuff like that because I feel like, I don't know, I feel a bit bad. But if you're interested and you want to sponsor us, me to do the ride, please do email me. My email is on my homepage of my YouTube because, yeah, we need all the sponsorship we can get to make it happen.
Yeah, these challenges are amazing, but they're not cheap. Yeah. They're not free.
No, they're not free. But it's not about us making money. I want to raise money for charity.
It's literally to raise money for charity.
Yeah, like we won't make money from it. It's
and
just
survive.
Yeah, it's just, we've got to pay our mortgage and we've got to, pay to actually get around the challenge.
Get some form of entertainment out of it.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I am going to YouTube the whole thing, so you'll see me at my worst. I mean, right now I've come back off a ride, I've got no makeup on, and I was going to go and put makeup on to do this video, and then I thought, Amy, you're riding the blooming Tour de France, that everyone's going to see you looking an absolute state, so you might as well get used to it if you're watching this right now. Another brand that are helping out is Santini. If you know my channel, you know Santini John, absolute legend. We are actually working on a custom jersey, so I'm working with them to design a jersey, which I'm very excited about. And finally, my local bike shop, Bella Bavarian, have offered to sponsor me through providing a coach called Matt. Matt works at the shop, but he doesn't just work at the shop, he also has his own coaching company, and he's been coaching, I don't know how long for, but he's a great coach. He's very knowledgeable. He's done Ironman, so I felt like he was the right coach for me because I wanted someone that is endurance specific, which he definitely is. So we'll finish off with a little message from Matt, because I've shared my challenge details with him, and he's done a little video to say what he thinks and what I'm going to have to do.
Okay, so my name is Matt, and I'm going to be helping Amy prepare for her amazing adventure in the summer. So she's asked me to say a few words about what we're going to be doing and focusing on to get her ready for this epic event. So yeah, super exciting. I'm really excited to be on board and hopefully help Amy as much as I can over the coming months. And the biggest thing that we'll be looking to doing is managing load. So every training session that Amy or you do creates a training stress score, and my overall role in this journey is to manage the training stress and kind of manage that load that Amy will accrue over the coming weeks and months to prepare herself for the event. So more specifically, what that looks like is managing everyday sessions to create a weekly load and build the volume up over a period of time to make sure that Amy is well prepared for the event. So obviously there's no getting away from it. It is an epic challenge, and it's it's a very ultimate endurance event. And the things that we can do within that structure to make sure that she's as prepared as possible. She's already got some things domestically planned, which will help. But things like riding on back-to-back days, so how Amy's working life looks, she has more time to train on Mondays and Fridays, which means we can look at 4-day blocks, including the weekend, to get a big mileage in over the weekend. So we really look to maximise the time that Amy has available. And get in the best possible shape. What we'll look at doing is kind of really working on her efficiency and to make her as efficient for the journey as possible. I've had a look through the plan and what the volume is for the actual event, and luckily she's planned in some shorter days. So even though they may be long days, generally speaking, they're shorter than the volume of some of the bigger days. So there's enough enough structure within her plan to make sure that she can get through and do some big days and then some recovery days, some easy days throughout the journey as well. It's looking like an exciting journey. I'm sure everyone's going to be excited to follow along. One of the reasons that I love endurance is there's no shortcuts to it. It's a journey. You can't just rock up and do these sort of challenges off the cuff. There needs to be meticulous planning, and really a committed and dedicated person is going to really need to focus on what they're doing. And that for me is kind of the making of the individual. We're not defined by an FTP score or a marathon time or a race result. It's having a goal, having a target, and being committed and dedicated and driven to getting up and doing the training when you really don't feel like it or the weather's bad. And taking the first step on these journeys is kind of it's a real stage of courage. And whether that for somebody is wanting to do their first bike race or even couch to 5k, getting off the sofa, taking that first step is often the hardest. And then when you take that first step, just being consistent, dedicated, and carrying on with that journey and being committed to the end process, which I think all the famous followers of Amy will appreciate. That's one of her strengths, and I've no doubt how single-minded and determined she is. So I'm sure you'll all, like me, enjoy following along and getting involved in the journey and seeing her progress. And wish her all the best. And let's see where we go.
Let us know what you think in the comments, and I want to get people involved as well. So if you're going out to see the Tour de France, like I'd love you to cheer me on. One thing I'm looking at is trying to get like a tracker so people can like track me. That'd be helpful for Kyle as well in case he loses me on the road, so he can see exactly where I am.
That wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, he might want to lose me at some points, but also it means people can watch along and see where I am. I am going to be, I know there's a tap, which is like stage 20 something of the tour. I'm going to be doing that stage the day after a tap. So if you are going out to do a tap, I'll be doing that the day after. So I know a few people doing it that are going to stay and come and give me a cheer. So yeah, I just want to involve people and yeah, hopefully just inspire people to go for challenges, because half of my head doesn't think I can do this, but I know that if I don't try, I'll never know, and I'm going to give it my 100% best effort. So yeah, thanks to everyone that watches this channel, because without you guys,
and the support,
we wouldn't be here. And massive thanks to Kyle, because I feel bad that he's going to support me, but he's always encouraged me.
I'm taking the bike.
He's taking his bike, so he's all right. And also, as we know, he likes his snacks. He's going to be in charge of the snacks.
I'm not complaining because there's plenty of boulangeries and patisseries along the way.
Yeah, I'll be sweating, like riding in. I'm worried about the heat, and I think I need to do some heat training.
There may be a deck chair taken with me, and you'll see me at the side of the road reading paper.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be living his best life, like with his little paper.
Reading the paper. I won't be reading the paper.
Going to the bakeries.
Yeah.
Eating all the snacks. What diet are you going to feed me?
Just bananas.
Oh.
That's it. Just bananas.
Have you got
All
any
day,
cheerleading, any motivational quotes you're going to say to me?
Yeah, the probably go-to one would be every time you moan, just say get on with it.
Okay, thanks.
And that really will G you up.
It will, yeah. What are you going to say if I start crying and say I can't do it?
I'll say you can do it. Your mind and body is stronger than what most people believe.
Yeah.
And it's only when you come out the other side challenges that you realise that you have to go through low points, but you come out the other side and like you forget about all that.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're actually stronger than what you think you are, because you sometimes feel like giving up, and then you keep going, you get it done, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
I can do it.
Sometimes you just need a good night's sleep, and that's why I've tried to plan it so that it's a real challenge, but I do have some days that are a bit less mileage, so that I do have hopefully a bit of recovery time. And I originally wasn't going to do rest days,
and also,
but I thought
things don't always go to plan. Like,
yeah.
Something could go wrong, you don't know what's going to happen. No, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But there's contingency, like, you can shuffle things around if we need to. Like,
that'll be your job while we're there.
Yeah, but you got like leeway on days.
Yeah, so. And while we're there, Kyle is going to be, I normally edit all the YouTube videos, Kyle's learning to edit, and he's going to be putting out all the videos.
Yeah, so there might be a change of name on the YouTube.
He might be choosing all the bad angles of me. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. And
might do some outtakes for you.
Yeah, our next thing, we're going to Calpe next week, so training will commence. And yeah, but I know that I will not give up unless, I get in. The only way I'd give up is if I was, injured or hit by a car.
No, it's not waffling. I need to.
Yeah, I know that I'm going to give it my all. Speed demon. No, actually, slow and steady.
Definitely not speed demon.
Snail demon. Slow and steady for this one.
Consistency.
Can't burn out. But anyway, so I'm going to share my journey up to France and all my training and things like that. But we're going to go and have our curry. Goodbye.
Goodbye.